So there I am. It's Halloween night. The candy bowl is empty because, you know, those last trick-or-treaters, you shovel it into their bags. It's a great trick, by the way, for you treaters, a trick for the treaters. If you really want the thick stacks of candy from people, candy distributors are Kaisers in the daytime. Like, they're like, please take one only, because they're always worried that they're going to run out. And then what happens? Just shut the door and don't answer it. But they're always worried they're not going to have candy. So they're Kaisers with the early candy distribution. But if you can wait, like Vin Diesel in that race in the first Fast and the Furious, not one of these 19 after that, you hit the NOS late and you clean up from all the people who overestimated how much candy they would need for the day, and then you get those fat stacks of Reese's peanut butter cups. So those people who came late, they were paid off. That was like a beautiful 4 p.m. only parlay. It was all the late candies, and it worked out for them. But I'm sitting there with that bowl empty, and I'm saying, you got to be kidding. This is the first time the Leafs are going to mail it in against a pretty good team. So now I'm looking at, is this really how I got to go into this? Is this how I got to go into this Wednesday video? And then I'm looking at the scoreboard, Vancouver, and I'm seeing 2-1, and I'm like, okay, it's journey to the center of the earth. We're going to touch the middle of the earth, and then we're going to have to dig ourselves back up into it. And that wasn't until I received a notification on my phone. Ding! And I get a notification on Twitter, and I receive a blessing from one of you fine folks. I requested, I didn't expect, but I secretly hoped that just a single one of you would be donning any sort of pirate attire and would utter the words,
"Ye be sniffing a parlay."
Ye be sniffing a parlay. It doesn't get much better than that. You are the man. The reason that we get promotions like the Caesar Sportsbook promotion, where your first bet is risk-free up to $1,000, is for fine gentlemen like that pirate right there. The Parlay Pirate. I showed that video to somebody. They go, wait, who is that? Is that Jack Sparrow? Is that Captain Hook? I said, no, it's the Parlay Pirate. So that was a great video to see. And no more than 1 minute after seeing that, Pettersson pops one in for Vancouver, which completed the both teams over 1.5. So I knew I had that one locked up. Roman Josi already had his point. Why don't we keep watching for a couple of minutes? We've been blessed with a Pirates parlay. And then what happens? Pettersson pops in another one. So as I say, I typically don't like to take goal scores. We get 2 from Pettersson. We go across the board on that. So watching that Pirates parlay video has got us now headed into this Wednesday night feeling great. It goes from, oh no, is it gonna be that, to now we are swimming out of shark-infested waters. So to you, sir, enjoy your work one more time right here.
Ye be sniffing a parlay.
And I got news for you. I think I might be pulling that out throughout other portions of the year. Like when we need a true Pirates blessing on something, I think that one's coming out. So congratulations, sir. You're the next character. Like the opening credits to this, it's me, and then me, and then me, and then Stevie Bong rips. And now you're like that guy in Baywatch. You were in the first 6 seasons, and now you finally got credit on the 7th season. So very happy you did that. All kidding aside, I really appreciate it. That is awesome. It made my day to hear about that parlay. So with that said, now we will go on to these Wednesday games. It's not like there are a ton of games. Usually after you only get 2, you get a full slate. There are a couple here. I will start by saying the Buffalo Sabres are coming off their biggest win of the year. I'm going to attribute that more to Colorado, who are on a long trip didn't play well against Pittsburgh, didn't play well against Buffalo, and now they're going home. And I'm going to leave Buffalo for now. We'll make a U-turn and try to head back there. But the Avalanche started off unbelievable, and then they dropped 2 in a row. But I'm saying, oh, what's wrong with the Avalanche? A long road trip, and they faded towards the end of it, which is typically why I like, and this here's some of your sniffing advice overall. Maybe I'll say this again on Friday nights, picking corners on my YouTube channel where I have, long form video talking about the NHL. But I do tend to like betting on teams at the end of long road trips. We were 1,000% on the right side of that Rangers bet the other night, for example. Outplayed the whole game. What can you do about Shesterkin and that power play? But you saw that with Colorado. Last 2 games of that road trip, they were somewhat checked out. They lost them. Now they're coming home, and it's not like they just played 2 nights. They've had ample opportunity to rest. And I'm not going to buy that they're losing 3 in a row and they're going to lose to the Blues on home ice. I see that it's a pretty big price. So what do? We know what to do. We utilize a same game parlay. You can use any of the big boys, but yes, I know McKinnon and Rantanen will be at 1.5 points. So I'll either go Makar, Rantanen assist, and the new one this year, just in case you ever need to add somebody to your Avalanche same game parlays, it's Ryan Johansson, the one who kind of filled in for JT Compher as they let him go and they acquired him from Nashville to center the power play unit and work with those players. So either a Rantanen assist or Ryan Johansson point along with the Avalanche win. I feel fairly confident. I don't know if it's just going to be a clean, breezy game. The Carolina game the other night where I liked them in didn't start well. They were down 2-1, and it was a 3-2 squeaker. Maybe it's another squeaker, but I don't think the Avalanche are losing 3 straight, and it was the way they lost the previous 2. I think it was 1 goal combined in their last 2. I just have a real hard time believing that roster is just going to guess we're only scoring 1 again, especially at home. I think they'll be putting the pedal to the metal. I'm going to take the Colorado Avalanche with those player props, and maybe you can just take the Avalanche and put it with something else. If you want to take the Avalanche at that heavy price, and you put that with Clayton Keller on the Arizona Coyotes to snag a point in that game versus Anaheim, you're at like plus 105, right around there if you take the Avalanche with Keller to register a point. And why do I potentially feel good about Clayton Keller registering a point? No, not because they just are coming off of an 8-1 drubbing of Chicago, but for the most part, just really like how they've been playing. They're one of the cockroach teams, and a cockroach team against one of the lesser teams in the NHL. I feel good about the Cockroaches against Anaheim in this one. I know Anaheim is coming off they were down 5-on-3 for the full 2 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the game, and ended up scoring a shorthanded goal to win that game. But I'm not impressed whatsoever with that Anaheim team. I am relatively impressed with the Coyotes, who they give you a solid effort every night. And in this early part of the season, coming off that 8-1 win, I feel like they'll be able to find a road win. The line is very close in that game, but I'm going to take Arizona, and I do like Clayton Keller to register a point. I like Keller to get a point in that game either way, whether you like Arizona or you don't. Now, I mentioned Buffalo coming off that very good win at home against Colorado. I don't know how much I want to attribute, but I do know this, that the teams that we run into issues with every single year, early in the year, it's the same kind of deal. Buffalo, Sens, and Sabres. Well, yeah. Buffalo, the Sens, and the Red Wings. You never really know what you're going to get. And you could make the argument, but man, like if the Red Wings didn't come back in that last game, all of a sudden, man, you're looking at like 4 straight losses in a row, and they're kind of, sorry, Stevie, I'm not buying those Red Wings whatsoever. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. And you just never, on a night-to-night basis, you can get full Jekyll, full Hyde. And while I want to say, oh yeah, Buffalo clearly is starting to get their act together. They're going to go look at Philly. Philly now is just trending down. You got one trending up, one trending down, right? Oh, take Buffalo. No, because I'm not falling for it. Yeah, maybe they'll win. Congrats. Because if this was a different squad, I would take them. But Philly's lost a couple in a row at home, and I'm just not messing with that Buffalo team. We saw them have an embarrassing loss against Montreal on their home ice and then go into Ottawa, another wacky team, and then just beat the crap out of them. So now we saw them have a great win on home ice against one of the best teams in the NHL. Now, don't be surprised if they do the opposite and then just the bed against the Philadelphia Flyers. So that's just a stay away. And I even wanted to do both teams over 1.5 to combine with that Avalanche win. But I'm scared one of those teams is going to screw me. So I'm staying away there, and I know what you're saying. I know how bad Calgary is. I know. I'm reading about how there's going to be an overhaul. Oh, they're trading Hannafin. I know. So why are the Dallas Stars a mere -135 favorites? A very, 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 very good Stars team. Why are they only -135 against a team like this? On nights where we see massive favorites, like when those Bruins were playing the Sharks or something like that. They're massive. So why are the Stars -135? And the answer is I don't know. And I think somewhere in a room, somewhere else does know. So that's a stay away for me. It is. It's a stay away. But if you want to go crazy and you want to put $1,000 on the Stars money line, at least do it on Caesars Sportsbook, where your first bet's going to be risk-free for $1,000 or up to $1,000. If you lose that bet and you're a new user on Caesars, it's going to be waiting in your account in the form of bonus bets. As long as you're a new user over there, over 21, and you're located in a state that has Caesars Sportsbook and sports betting is permitted. And if you have that gambling problem or anyone you know, someone you kind of know, do them a favor and have them call 1-800-GAMBLER or text 1-800-GAMBLER. That is what I have for you here on this Wednesday. Look, when you play Minesweeper, you got to plan